Les Gold, the king of Detroit's pawn empire, built a fortune deal by deal, turning a simple shop into a national TV sensation. But behind the cameras, a story unfolds that will shock you. At 75, Les is facing a reality he never imagined. The empire he spent his life building is gone, the fortune from hardcore pawn vanished, and the fall is darker than anything you've seen on television. This isn't just a celebrity downfall. It's a cautionary tale about the American dream, family, and losing everything you've worked for. Les wasn't just any pawnbroker. He was born into the business, learning from his grandfather how to see value where others saw junk. He combined sharp business acumen with a genuine heart, caring for every customer who walked through his doors. Detroit was his home, and he loved it fiercely. Hardcore pawn made him a national icon. America watched him navigate chaotic deals, mentor his children, and balance toughness with compassion. At its peak, the show drew 2 million viewers per episode, earning him millions annually. The American dream fully realized. But success brings risk. By 2017, Les turned to Detroit real estate, investing millions to revitalize abandoned buildings. His vision was noble: jobs, housing, hope. But the reality was brutal. Structural damage, asbestos, and skyrocketing costs turned his dream into disaster. Half-renovated buildings sat vacant, vandalized, and crumbling, a daily reminder of lost fortune. And just as his real estate empire faltered, another challenge emerged: Las Vegas. At the height of his fame, Les saw opportunity in the City of Lights, inspired by Pawn Stars. But as he would soon learn, not every gamble pays off. Vegas tourists loved pawn shops, and Les had the fame to draw them in. It seemed like a perfect formula for success. But Les didn't dip a toe in. He cannonballed. He invested over $4 million to build a 15,000-square-foot showplace, state-of-the-art, sleek, designed to attract Vegas's upscale crowd. The 2016 grand opening was spectacular. Celebrities, media, 35 new employees, and high-end merchandise everywhere. For a moment, it looked like Les had done it again. Then reality hit. The location was just far enough from the strip to kill foot traffic. Competition? Pawn Stars dominated, and operating costs were staggering: $75,000 per month in rent alone, plus salaries, insurance, utilities. Les was losing $200,000 a month for 18 months. In 2018, after millions lost, he made the agonizing decision to shut the Vegas shop. Inventory sold for pennies, the building at a massive loss. The dream was dead. His reputation, his confidence, shaken. Whispers circulated. Maybe Les wasn't as infallible as everyone thought. Then came the family fracture. On TV, Les was the tough but fair patriarch, mediating the conflicts between Ashley and Seth. Off-camera, tensions ran deeper. Seth, trained by Les since childhood, grew frustrated with his father's decisions. Vegas, real estate, old ways, and left in late 2018 to open a competing pawn shop, taking staff and customers with him. Ashley followed, launching her own jewelry business. The Gold family, once united, was now fractured. Legal battles over trademarks and intellectual property cost over $2 million. Holidays became awkward, gatherings vanished, and Les was left alone in the shop he'd built, heartbroken. Then March 2020 hit. COVID-19 lockdowns shuttered non-essential businesses, including pawn shops. For nearly 3 months, American Jewelry and Loan and Les's other Detroit locations sat dark. No customers, no income. Yet expenses piled up. $50,000 monthly rent, $15,000 insurance, $8,000 utilities, $3,000 security. Les tried to adapt with online appraisals, but pawn shops rely on face-to-face trust. Stimulus checks meant even loyal customers didn't need to pawn items. By summer 2020, he faced a perfect storm: reduced traffic, reclaimed pawned items, and new pandemic costs. Plexiglass barriers, $20,000, sanitation, $5,000 a month. Transactions dropped 60%. Already reeling from lost millions in Vegas, family battles, and a damaged reputation, Les closed 2 of his 3 locations, laying off 60% of staff. The flagship store remained open with a skeleton crew. Friends say Les, the man who always had a plan, looked defeated. On December 18, 2020, 70-year-old Les suffered a massive heart attack alone in his shop. Emergency quadruple bypass surgery followed, complications extended his hospital stay, and out-of-pocket costs exceeded $300,000. For 5 months, he couldn't work, and loyal customers stopped coming. Returning mid-2021, Les was physically diminished, limited to light work. Mounting medical debt forced him to sell personal possessions. Then a devastating theft struck. Over $1 million in inventory, his last major asset, stolen by thieves with inside knowledge. The insurance settlement barely covered the loss. Les continued to operate the shop, but the spark was gone. The empire he built over decades had crumbled, family fractured, multiple locations closed, health compromised, financial ruin looming. When the insurance settlement finally arrived, it barely covered the loss. The money had to go straight back into restocking inventory, which could never match the stolen treasures in value or significance. That inventory had been Les's last hope. His retirement plan, a way to pay off medical bills and the IRS, maybe even leave something for his estranged children. Now it was gone. Melted down, sold off, scattered. Years of careful accumulation vanished in a weekend. Friends say Les changed after the theft. The spark that had kept him fighting through everything else was gone. He still went to work, ran the shop, and negotiated deals, but the passion had left. He was a ghost of the man who had built an empire. Today, American Jewelry and Loan still exists at its original Detroit location, but calling it an operation is generous. The staff is minimal, inventory is a shadow of its former glory, and customers are fewer, many having moved on. Les still makes deals and spots value, but he's physically limited, health compromised, and financially burdened. The empire that once dominated Detroit's pawn industry is now a struggling shadow. The family is fractured. Seth runs his own pawn operation, Ashley has a jewelry business, but the unity that defined hardcore pawn is gone. Real estate dreams ended in massive losses or demolition. Les's net worth is far below what it once was, yet he continues to make IRS payments, pay down medical debt, and keep the shop alive. Les has grown philosophical about his losses. You win some, you lose some, he says with a weary smile, though those close to him see the deeper pain. Regret over lost family relationships, the collapse of a legacy, and the quiet wondering of what might have been. Could he have made different choices? Maybe, but hindsight is useless. He can only move forward, carrying the weight of what was lost. For years, Les Gold was American Jewelry and Loan. The shop was his identity, the place where he proved himself, helped people, and thrived. Now, at 70, he watches the sun set on a legacy fading from memory. Hardcore pawn is just an old reality show. The empire is gone, and there is no comeback story. No phoenix rising from the ashes, no triumphant third act. Les's story is a stark reminder. Success is fragile. Family is precious. Health is irreplaceable. Life can change in ways we cannot control. Behind every empire, every TV personality, is a human being trying their best, facing mistakes, and dealing with consequences they never saw coming.